MOC membership. And today, my dear friends, we will talk about the free water, about the chilling zones, ingredients. So it will be really, really interesting because the things that I will share with you today, it is exactly from the experience from the recent and my last, let's say, role in the marine technical advisor role for one of the biggest oil major companies. And I will show you and I will share some information that I have gained through these, let's say, years dealing with the free water. For sure, we will not able to cover everything. I will try also in the future to extend, let's say, the videos itself as well, and also the training material which is available here from the membership, and you can explore and join one of the memberships that I have specifically created, which is also the extensive crude washing advanced course, which is available also with combination with the book and the course itself. And also the many projects, banking recuperation projects, sludge operation project, which is still not implemented. They are developed. The only thing they are seeking the next, let's say, owner who would like to improve their timing, time saving, cost saving also. So the project is running, and the most important, as always, I say, you have to approach with your problem in order to see what I can do from my side as well as an expertise in this field. My name is Michael, and today we will discuss about how the vessel should be arrived, the conditions, the ideal conditions to measure the free water. First of all, we have to have list 0, which means that our tank with list 0 does not have any inclination to the port side or the starboard side. So port side and starboard side. This is the right and this is the left part of the vessel. So when we have list 0, that means we do not have any inclination to the left or to the right, port or starboard. And at the bottom here we have the water, which can be free water, which can be also traces, which can be emulsion. We don't know when the vessel arrives, but we are able to know what is that. If we take, let's say, some samples, if we make some measurements, then we are able excuse me, we're able to estimate, yes, what kind of water is that, excuse me. But before we do that, we have to measure the amount of water and decide what we will do that water. Will we send that water, let's say, on the shore? Does we have the capabilities to process the water on our shore tanks? Or we will barge the water, let's say a barge will come here nearby and will send all that water, let's say, to the barge. But it's not that easy as it seems. I can make a specific video for the dewatering where you can find all, let's say, the situations that you are able to face. But while that one, I will create a specific access through the membership. So we need also the vessel. This is if we are looking the vessel, let's say, from the side, the hull. Here we have the propeller, the accommodation, and also the vessel needs to be even keel. Even keel, which is 0. So the trim is 0, middle draft. We have, let's say, 16 meters, for example, 16 meters and 16 meters. In reality, it is not like that, okay? We have small deviations. And also, this is the importance when the equipment is calibrated, is verified as well. The draft, okay? The draft is very, very important. I'm also having in mind some projects which are able also to help in that, because this is also refers uh, to the loading condition of the vessel and how we are basically measure the quantity of the crude and the free water on board. Since the vessel loaded the quantity of crude on the specific load port, they have measured also a free water, which can be, let's say in our case, 100 cubes. But since the vessel are traveling or heating the crude, and more time is passing, it's settled down, we can go on increasement of 300 cubes or 500 cubes, depending also for the crude product itself, okay? It depends, various factors. But in our point here, what is important to have the list 0. So we will check also from the clinometer, which is located in the ship's office. We check that it is 0. Because what is in between, sometimes you see there is a small list, let's say to the right or to the left, but most of the cargo surveyors will not do this correction, okay? They will take it as 0. So 0.05, whatever is between, let's say from 0, 0, 0, 0.5, 0.06, 0.07, 0.08, 0.09, it's not visible in this scale of measurement, okay? But it's already a small list. Also, I don't remember now, maybe in the tables, yes, it will not refer for such small, let's say, degrees of angle. So all the measurements will start 0.010 or 0.15, and where? To the left or to the right. So what is happening if we have list? Now we have list 0, in this case, you can see it's straight line. If we have list like this, that means that the vessel also, let me see, yes, the vessel have list to the port side, okay? If we make like this, yes, correct, all the water will be accumulated there. So if we have our measuring point here, we need also to determine, yes, where is the least. And if we measure the free water, it will not be representative the quantity for all the tank, okay? That's why it's very important modern vessels to have more measuring points in order to identify, or at least a similar, let's say, measuring point in opposite location, to able to reach and measure the product. It can be free water, it can be anything, okay? It can be also ROB at the end. Another case, maybe it's, let's say, more common in the old vessels. Maybe also it can be, let's say, for some chemical vessels, some specific vessels. And also it probably can be, let's say, in some of the tanks, bunker tanks, sludge tanks across the engine room. So basically, as you have the tank, you have here transverse strengtheners, okay, across the bottom. So they strengthen the structure of the vessel. As you have here some holes, these holes are able to get plugged with sludge, and here later on you have accumulation of water. So you measure with your UTI or bulb, and then you find free water. But here, when you measure, you didn't find anything, because here the holes are free. So it's just an accumulation of water, which also is not representative for the overall, let's say, image and the exact thing that happens in the tank. Okay. But also very important thing is, let's zoom now, let's say, on the bulb. As the bulb goes down, this is from UTI, it can be from any tape, gauge tape. Very important is to use a different paste. Okay, one paste here and one paste here, and then you have to make a judgment. Okay, I have free water, clean free water, like this one, because you are measuring with your paste, you have a reflection, or you have a, let's say, a partial water, which is, let's say, traces. Okay, the traces will look like that, will not be filled completely the bulb here. And if you have free water, like this, free water, it will be full coloring. Okay, different pastes are reacting differently, so take your time to identify and verify what kind of water you have. Do you have traces or you have water? Because these quantities on the estimates will play a huge role. Okay, also for your monitoring of the crude, how, let's say, it developed. So all these things are really, really important. What was found, traces, free water, so you have a completely overlook of what is going on with your product or the thing that you are measuring, let's say the media that you are measuring with. That's why the free water and monitoring the free water through the time, it's really important to make a decision making, let's say, for purchasing, for when to bring the product itself. Because if you're bringing a product in the rainy season, let's say in the Netherlands, for example, it will overload your already loaded facilities for the processing of the water. And I would like also to make a video how this water is being processed. That would be really fantastic. This is the one point. And another point that you need really to take in account also, that we will refer today, it is the chilling zones. So basically, as you have your tanker here, and you have your tanks, you have, let's say, the center tanks. This is mostly for VLCC, okay? Here you have your center tanks, and here you have your wing tanks. Okay. What you have to really be careful, as the tanker is transferred through, let's say, one environment to another, and as you come, let's say, through a tropical area, mostly a hot area from Saudi, let's say from Iraq, Basra, or let's say from Africa, and you are heading up to the north part of Europe, the wing tanks here, they start to be cooler as you going up. And what is happening here, as this one plates are exposed to the weather conditions, they start to be cooling down. And these tanks are more prone to stratification. So if we are looking to the tank like this from the side, you will see internally, if you will have, let's say, like a supervision, or you will have, let's say, some infrared supervision, you will see that the crude start to layering. So here you have, let's say, more hot. Yes, in the bottom it will be more hot. Let's say here will be, let's say, 30.1. Here will be, let's say, 29.9, and here we have 20, No, I make it a little bit wrong. It should be opposite, because here, yes, you have the double bottom. Okay, so it should be, let's say, 30, for example, 31. Okay, this is just for example, and this is 31.5. So you have already a stratification. And what means the stratification is the separation of crude by the temperature differences. So what you will need to do if you have these voyages and huge difference in the temperature while you're, let's say, sailing, for sure it is daily measurement and daily change in temperature. This will help you to be closer also for chief officers at the end of the overall, let's say, voyage, and be much precise on what actual temperatures are within their crude oil tanks, actual temperatures. This will help you to have a better outer, because you will know precisely, yes, what is the temperature. You have measuring everything in 3 layers, and you will take an average temperature here. So what we need, an average temperature here, in order to make a better calculations. As we know, the temperature affects highly the crude quantities, and yes, this is the importance of having a much precise average temperature. So the center tanks are not prone to that, but the layering also can happen, yes, if the tanker stays longer and longer time on the anchorage or waiting. So already, if you have, let's say, a vessel which is waiting for the anchorage longer and longer, please make them measure, let's say, the temperatures before they entering in the port. Share it with the cargo, let's say, surveyor or expediter in advance, and also make some measurements of the free water on the tanks, which will have a much more accurate overview. And this is what you need to have an overview of what is the condition inside in the tanks, looking from the free water perspective. The good thing is that the new tankers are designed in such way that the plates in the bottom are straight, okay? This is the good thing. And also I explained that in my crude washing book and the masterclass course as well, which is available on YouTube. That is good, yes. The only thing is that you have to have more measuring points precisely, and to have, yes, also in front of the tank, in the back of the tank, to see also what is the condition. What I have seen through my experience, that most of the new tankers, I have just only one place that you are able to inspect the crude oil tankers and the tanks. And the next thing, yes, it is when you see the traces, or you see free water, you are able to get a sampler as well, lowering down here. This is the water, the free water. Take the sample from that specific location and then bring it up, putting in the one, let's say, bottle, and then check what is it. Is it, let's say, water? Is it, let's say, traces? Or is it, let's say, the wrong paste that you have used? That is it. That is it. Some of the real examples, how to measure the water, how the pastes are reacting, and also how to design better vessels in order to make sure that the surveyors, the expediters are able to work easily. And one of the most important things is, my dear friends, that when you are connecting UTI, please always use that grounding device, which is really important. Use your gloves, use your goggles, because I have seen things that are not be done, and please avoid these things. It's just simple things. Wear your gloves, wear your glasses, and not get exposed, let's say, to the cargo and product itself, because you never know what this cargo can carry and how it will affect your health. It is still a hazard which is transferred, but the more you know about it, the more better you can handle it and know its properties and characteristics. So in the next video I will create something interesting for sure that will give you another view and another boost, but I highly recommend you to join the Crudo Washing Masterclass course, which is available through the book and through the membership here on this channel. And combining these two together, it will give you huge advantage of the knowledge for crude oil. It will change completely your way how you treat the product itself. It will help you also to adopt to all the other products much easily, because simply you will know the methodology of how to approach. Since you know that, everything will be so much easy for you, and basically you expand your horizons through the knowledge with minimum investments compared, let's say, what you have been paid for educational different educational courses. So I really believe, I truly believe, because these things was made from experience, okay? It was solely based on experience. What actually happens, for what reason they happens, and what you should do exactly to avoid spending your time, avoid exposure, and avoid to say, they make mistakes, okay, we will do them claims, okay? No, you will not do claims, because we have followed this and these things properly, we have done it properly, we have checked it properly, and that's all. Keep your claims for yourself. That is it, my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you that you have joined this video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and also the share button, that more and more people that are interested in this material will find the information. And this is the crucial part. It is not about what we can do, it is about the discovery. Since you have been discovered, since people are knowing that you are there to provide them and give them a boost of what is required from what is missing, that is the development, my friends. That is the opportunity to bring you further, because I highly believe that there is a huge possibilities and huge availabilities for everyone through progress, okay? That's why I have been helping individuals, also apprentice engineers while on board, try to set up their mindset of how they are approach the thing, how they should, let's say, behavior, and also they build the knowledge that is required, okay? Because what we have, yes, it is a knowledge. We have also the power to express ourselves, okay, what we believe, because we have the experience, okay? And the experience speaks by themselves. It's not just taking the thing as it's granted, it's also how much we are able to develop in order to create a better environment, an operating environment, a safer environment, and a developing environment continuously. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, from Michael, MOC Membership and MOC Talks. Don't forget, I have a great video done today and uploaded there. Bye bye.